Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is JoyToy time. It is Warhammer 40k time. It is Ultramarines Invictor Tactical War Suit time. Really looking forward to this. Quick look at the box. We've got some nice artwork on the front. Just the usual stuff, 15 plus in terms of age. Official licensed product, JoyToy artwork, 40k. Logo, 40k, written on obviously Vanguard Space Marines, Ultramarines, Invictor Tactical War Suit. Looks pretty cool. Nothing too much on the side, or the other side, or the bottom. And then the back, just some pictures of the actual war suit itself. Looks amazing. Now I have cut the tape on the box, so what I'll do now is I'll take it out and so we can have a look, and then after that I will turn the camera around and we can have a proper review. Exciting times. Okay, so it's in foam, and it's in two parts. I would say halves because they're not halves, but it's in two parts, and we have a plastic covering. Okay, so first we have the Marine. He has a backpack. I'm assuming these are feet. Huge gun, small gun, bit of glare, another gun, spare hands, and we have a card for the war suit stroke Marine, and also a couple of bits for the war suit there. Then we have the war suit here, obviously missing its feet because they're another part. It looks, get that plastic high. It looks fantastic, really, really good. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera around. Gets assembled, and then we'll get into the review and see what everything's like. So let's get into this. Okay, here it is, and it is a brute. So first opinions. Wow, the paintwork is better than on the Marines. Now we'll look at that in a second. In fact, you can even see it on camera now. You've got some, not just the white highlights, but you've got some dark patches around too, where it's obviously got a bit of a weathering. It's not a lot, it's not heavy, but it does add to the aesthetic, to the effect. This thing is big, it's heavy. Things I don't like. It's got a gun which I've attached here, a sidearm. And the thing is with this, it just feels, it looks nice, but it just feels hollow and light and empty. Now that's not normally a problem because it's the same as, you know, the Marine guns, but this has got a bit more thought put into it, and it just feels empty. Now that shouldn't be a problem, except this thing here, the Invictor War Suit, weighs a ton, so just the contrast makes this feel a bit cheap in comparison. Now you did see that I took it off. It's got a hole there which you can attach to a notch, which you can maybe see just behind here. That's that's one of the things I don't like, I'd say, not the only thing. The other thing, and this is not a bad thing, is all ratchets, which is fantastic, but they're really stiff, and you get feeling like, is this going to break? It's not going to break. It's really high quality, but you just get that little insecure feeling, and when I move it around in a minute, you'll see what I mean. Before we get to the war suits, have a quick look at the Marine. So we've seen this body before on the first releases they did. The head is new. Really nice looking. I do like that a lot. The backpack we've seen before as well. I just wish they had holsters that could take their small guns. The articulation we've seen. This chest part I think's new with these straps coming around there. But other than that, it's nothing new. Again, he comes with an additional 2 pairs of hands. So you can change your hands around to find the best grip or fit for whatever he's doing there. And again, he does hold his guns particularly well. So articulation wise should be the same as the others. There's a small right and left. You can turn. He said it's now popped off a joint. There's a up and down. Arms got all the way around, but bear in mind with the backpack it will lose some. He's popping out. He'll lose some articulation. Now my arms didn't pop out my other ones so easily. This might be a bit different. On the other ones, there we go. It's the same. When you pull out, the shoulder pops out a little bit, and when that pops out, and that one's just coming off, when that pops out, it does give slightly better range of articulation, but this one's a bit stiff on his left hand. That's why it popped out at the bicep instead. So shoulders aren't amazing that the pads get in the way. Biceps, he gets well over, look at that, well over 90 degrees, which is absolutely fantastic. His waist, he has trunk at the top, small motion. He has waist, he has forwards, backwards, side to side. Legs, okay for a bulky guy. Forwards is good, backwards is pretty good. Double kneecap, very nice for bulky guy. There is a thigh turn, there's a boot turn, there's decent tippy toe. There's decent, there's a minimal, but there is at least a little bit of dorsiflexation, and there's swivel as well. For the bulk and size, the articulation is really good, and obviously the main point of contention or struggle for him is at the shoulders with these shoulder pads. Even though they are put onto his shoulder articulated, they still will impede some of his articulation. He's actually a really nice looking figure. You know, I want to say, I mean, I was about to say I'm tempted to buy another one for this figure, but it's too expensive. Now, having said that, I have got another one on the way, and it'll be coming here, if not tomorrow, maybe a couple of days later. So that's my savings budget not being met for this month. So the figure itself, oh, sorry, wrong button. The figure itself, the little figure, is really quite nice. I do like that. And this, have we seen this one before? This side sight? I can't remember, but it is a nice looking gun. And you saw that I took the ammo out a minute ago. And what is new, we've seen from not the first generation, but this sort of second wave, is you've got the holes here and here. So if we've got straps of our own, we can put them on. Likewise, if we look at the mech gun, there's his gun here. There's also a hole here for a strap. And there is one at the front, but it's not drilled through, you can see. Well, that one is, you can see my finger for that. That one is drilled through. So I'd be tempted to drill that through if I were to add a strap, obviously. But you don't need it because it just clips to his side. Now, I've no idea how I'm going to show this mech because it's so damn big. And I've had to move everything further away just to fit most of him in screen. But he is a big boy. What I'll do, I'll bring a bit closer, show some of the articulation, and then I have to zoom out later just to show you a close look at all. Now, another thing about this Invictor War Suit is it does lean forward. It's top heavy, very top heavy. Now the feet are fantastic. They're, as you know, we see in the pictures from Games Workshop on the figures, and they are on ratchets, so they do go down and up on the toes. So you've got full turn on the ankle. There is a very stiff ratchet on the ankle as well. This part here, this little bar is articulated. There is no... Is there... Oh, maybe there is. Oh yeah, there is a side-to-side swivel, but it's really stiff. So they've gone full out on articulation. And I will say this, having these stiff ratchets on the feet and the toes and the ankles is fantastic. Because if you look at the Fear Mechs, and I'll do a comparison of the Fear Mech a bit later, their ankle joints are way too loose. These are stiff, it will support his weight. Next, let's have a look at the... you can hear that sound there? I don't like that sound. Let's have a look at the knees. So it's a single knee joint. Oh, hey. There we go. Doesn't feel ratcheted and doesn't feel as stiff as the ankles, but it's stiff enough to keep it. Hips, he does get an outwards, small, but it's there. Then the moving, very stiff. It does move, and he can get to here. I don't think, yeah, that's as far as he goes on the backwards. If I put him here, you can see how far backwards it goes. Any further than that, and there's a little part here that hits his part on the back there. Forwards is pretty much where he is now as well, because there's a part here, the blue part, which this will crash into. So it's not great on forwards, it's actually better on backwards, which is unusual for a toy. Normally the forwards is far better than the backwards. Okay, so he can stand up now. Now, the thing is, I'd much rather have the forwards in better because he wants to overbalance, because most his weight, if you look at turn to the side, is front. I may have to put his legs backwards slightly. There we go. Okay. Okay, so waist, we have ball joints. So we have forwards, backwards, we have turn, and we have small side to side. Very well done. These guns here are articulated. I love the effects on the ammo there. Very, very nice. Arms. Oops. Shoulders got all the way around. I've just popped out his gun arm here. There we go. His gun arm doesn't straighten any more than that, and that's quite bent already, as you can see. That's it. Bend, he does get a very stiff bend in the gun arm, over 90 degrees. The non-gun arm goes backwards, slightly beyond straight, and it goes to about 90 degrees. The fingers on the hand or the claw are all articulated, very nice stiff joints, which is fantastic. Shoulders go all the way around, and oh, look at that, look at that. Well done, JoyToy. Almost at 180 degrees on the out. That is amazing, amazing job. Is there any roll in there? There's no roll. The little pod at the top is just a forwards and backwards. Anything on the back that's articulated that I can see? There might be, but I haven't worked it out yet. So the back you have a look at, looks pretty cool. Nothing articulated. These come off. These actually have to be assembled, these parts here. Oh, you can't see it at the moment. So these parts here have to be assembled or just slot into place when you first take it out. Nothing on the back is articulated that I can see. So the next thing is the cockpit. I'll open it up. We'll then take a closer look at the mech, and then I'll put the pilot in. So this is a two-piece opening. It's the front, the top, and then the bottom has a small bit of motion too. So let's have a look inside and see what it's like. So you've got place for the feet. You've got controls for his hands. I'm assuming that little circular dip is going to be for his backpack with the circle, maybe. I'll have a look at that in a second. Let's have a look at the mech. You can see like the black I was talking about, the sort of the weathering going around there. This is absolutely amazing. Now, I know some people saying, I won't get this one, I'll wait for the Space Wolves, or I'll buy one, or I'm getting two of these, and I'll probably get two of the Space Wolves ones as well. I will say this now. Bear in mind, I've got a lot of toys and from a lot of different ranges, that just from the first 5-10 minutes, that this is the very best mech that I've seen in 1/18 scale, maybe even any scale. It just screams of quality. They have done an amazing job with this. Okay, pilot. Can the pilot fit in? How can he fit in this Marine here? Let's take his gun off. I'll stick him in and I'll try putting the this gun into the mech's hand. Now, as far as I can tell, none of these are articulated, which is a shame, because that would have made it a lot easier to move out of the way, put him in. And is he going to fit with his backpack? He might do. Okay, let's get his legs moved. Up, let's get his hands out of the way. God, that's not going to be an easy fit. I don't want to take things off his legs. Ooh. Take that back. That is an easier fit, and I thought it'd be just that his gun's getting away a little bit there. So he is practically in. Just his parts and his legs are in the way. And there we go. He is in. Let's get his arm bent and back. Control stick, and this one's going to be far harder to get in. So close. Don't know how I'm going to get him to hold that. At the moment, I'm going to struggle. Let me just put it down like that for now. So he fits in actually quite easily. Bear in mind, I haven't done his left arm or the right the screen for you. I just noticed I got one of his toes on top of this little ledge here, never foot flat, and he's still balancing so nicely. Anyway, so we have to do a 2-part close. This is going to bring him up a little bit. 1. Yeah, it's not going to be easy with that backpack. I'm not sure if he should actually wear it. Let me have a quick look on the box on the back again. Okay, so on the box, he's not wearing a backpack when he's inside the cockpit. So I think I will have to remove that because that bar at the top is going to interfere with him. So let me just get him out. The headless marine. Let's take off the backpack, which is a shame. It'd be nice if you could keep that on and be in there, but okay, backpack off. Head back on. Legs back in position. Should be a lot easier for him now, hopefully, to fit in. Now he's holding both of the controls very nicely. Let's get this foot turned around the right way. Don't want to break his ankle inside there. Okay. This will come up. This will come. What is that pushing against anything? No, just him a little bit down. Okay, so it's almost in. Okay, he is clipped in. He is inside the Invictor War Suit. So let's have a quick look at him inside. So many beautiful details on this. He does fit in quite nicely, not as difficult as perhaps I'd thought it would be. Okay, next thing to try and do is how am I going to make him hold this? Okay. So we do have a thumb. How's that going to work? Okay, let's have a look. Does his hand rotate or not? You'd imagine it would. Yeah, it does rotate. Okay. You imagine it would. So. Do these rotate as well? Okay, there's some motion. He's got the stiffness of joint, but I'm trying to get his hands in a better position first. Okay, let's see. I need to have a quick look on the box again. Have you got it holding in? No picture of it holding it on the box. But he should be able to. But these fingers here, there's a joint that goes in to the back. I'll show you here. This little joint here that I want the finger to swivel, but it doesn't swivel. Unless it's incredibly stiff. If it swivels, then I can make it hold it very easily. So we have another quick play around and see if that can get out to her. Yeah, that feels like it's going to break, so I'm not going to risk breaking my new my new Invictor War Suit. Not sure how he's going to hold it with this hand though. That swivel, that'd be perfect for the trigger. Because he can hold it here well enough, and he can hold it around there, but he hasn't got any. See, he's holding it, but it's just not. There's no fingers by the actual trigger part. You can see there. Okay, so what I'll do now, let me just get his arms, take this off, put his gun back on here. Then what I'll do is I will get a couple more things, so we can do a comparison, and then we can do an Ultramarines, also a family portrait, a family picture as well. So let's put him back on top of there for the time being, and I will be back in a second, and we have a bit of a comparison. Okay, stay tuned. So here we are with the JoyToy Fear 2 mech. You can see the Fear 2 mech is taller by a bit, but the Invictor War Suit is just so hench in comparison, so broad and stocky. And again, the Invictor War Suit is a superior toy, really, because the joints are so stiff and the ankles and the toes, so it can actually stand up easily. Whereas this Fear 2, and in fact all the Fear mechs, the toe and ankles joints aren't stiff enough. They fall over too easily. This is a fun. I have to say again, I'm going to sing JoyToy's praises for a long time about this. This is January 2022, and it's going to be right up there at the end of the year, one of the best 1/18 scale toy releases of the year. You know, this, and then obviously the Space Wolves version and whatever else you have to see. Very well done. So we can see that it scales very well with your other big mechs, even if you're Acid Rain World mechs that scale with, and Acid Rain vehicles and so forth. It look fantastic with them too, particularly if they're painted to match in with a 40k scheme or whatnot. I am going to do a family portrait or a family picture, so I'm going to get all my Ultramarine stuff from 40k together and do a little mass pose. Not sure how it's going to fit in the shot. We'll have a look at that in a second, so stay tuned. I'll be back in an instant. So here is the current JoyToy 40k Ultramarine family. So we have 4, 4, 4, 12, 13, 14 figures, including the one in the Invictor War Suit and the War Suit. I'm just counting that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 14 figures plus the Invictor War Suit. And I have got the Invictor War Suit's legs posed quite nicely, but they are hiding behind all these Ultramarines here. I will say this Invictor War Suit is probably, and this is a huge thing for me to say, my favourite toy. And I've got a lot of toys. If you've been watching my channel for the last 3-4 years, you'll know that. It's so well designed, so well articulated, considering it's bulk, and it's got the ratchet joints. Obviously, there's things I don't like. The joints can feel a bit stiff, but we want that for the weight. It's top heavy. The gun feels so empty that he holds in his claw hand. And these fingers do actually move. That one moves. This one is just a bit stiff, so you can hold it good. So yeah, this is an amazing toy. With the pilot, yeah, this gun we have seen before, because some of the other guys, like this guy, have got the same gun. Fantastic kit. I just wish that the pilot could have his backpack there at the same time. This guy's sort of hiding. Let's move him over a little bit. There we go. Fantastic toy by JoyToy. They've really knocked out the park. They've done an amazing job on this. If you haven't got one, do get one. If you're waiting for the Space Wolf ones, fair enough. But I would suggest, if you've got the finances, that you would get both, because they are amazing. And you'll want another one once you've got one. Really, really good. Okay, please like, share, subscribe. Click on notification icons to update latest news, reviews, etc. And I'll be back soon with more awesome Astro video reviews for you guys. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.